Emotional intelligence. That evening, as the sun dipped majestically below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, and the city skyline came to life with 1,000 twinkling lights, Maya retreated to her balcony, seeking solace in the fresh evening air. With a warm cup of tea cradled in her hands, she settled into a comfortable chair, but her mind was anything but at ease. Thoughts swirled within her, like the delicate wisps of steam rising from her half-finished cup. Why did I react that way? She pondered, grappling with the uncomfortable truth that her response was a mirror reflecting her internal struggles and fears. In that moment of deep introspection, Maya realized she stood at the precipice of a significant and profound journey that would lead her into the uncharted territories of emotional intelligence. It would undoubtedly be a challenging path, fraught with obstacles and the need for vulnerability. Still, it shimmered with the promise of self-discovery, growth, and the chance to reclaim the life she once found so fulfilling. A flicker of hope ignited within her, suggesting that she could navigate through the tumultuous waters of her emotions and emerge stronger, wiser, and more authentically herself. Chapter 1. The Mirror of Self-Awareness. Maya began journaling, a daily ritual to capture her thoughts and emotions. At first, it was awkward, but soon she began to notice patterns. She would often feel anxious before presentations, even though her work was always praised. She realized this anxiety stemmed from childhood, where perfection was the only path to affection in her family. Practical insight. To cultivate self-awareness, create a daily habit of reflection journaling, meditation, or even voice notes. Name the emotions you feel and explore their roots. Ask, what triggered this? And what does this emotion teach me about myself? Chapter 2. Riding the Emotional Wave. The next challenge for Maya came unexpectedly when her best friend, Layla, called to cancel a long-planned trip they had been looking forward to for months. Maya's initial reaction was frustration and disappointment. She thought, why does Layla always prioritize work over our plans? However, remembering the lessons from her journal, which encouraged self-reflection and emotional awareness, Maya decided to take a moment to pause instead of reacting immediately. In that pause, she considered the value of their friendship and the importance of open communication. Rather than jumping to conclusions or expressing her disappointment with accusations, she picked up her phone and called Layla. During their conversation, Maya approached the topic gently, asking Layla what was going on, rather than blaming her for changing plans. Layla's composure broke as they talked, and she burst into tears. Through her sobs, she revealed that her father had recently been diagnosed with early-stage dementia. Suddenly, Maya understood the gravity of the situation. Her frustration quickly dissolved into a deep sense of compassion for her friend, realizing that Layla's priorities were driven by a need for support during a difficult time. Practical insight. Managing emotions effectively doesn't mean suppressing them. It involves acknowledging them, understanding why we feel certain, and deciding how to respond. The key is to practice the pause, name, choose method. 1. Pause. When you feel a surge of emotion, take a deep breath and give yourself a moment. 2. Name. What you're feeling, identify the emotion, such as, I feel disappointed. 3. Choose. A response that aligns with your values and the situation at hand. decide on a constructive way to express your feelings or support others. By using this approach, Maya was able to transform her initial frustration into empathy and strengthen her bond with Layla during a challenging time. Chapter 3: The Architecture of Connection. As Maya grew increasingly aware of her own emotions, she began to notice the emotional states of her colleagues with greater clarity. During a recent team meeting, she observed that her typically energetic and enthusiastic colleague, Tom, was unusually quiet and withdrawn. This behavior change caught her attention. It was unlike Tom to be so subdued. Instead of brushing it off as a passing phase, Maya felt compelled to reach out to him. After the meeting, Maya approached him with genuine concern and said, "You seemed a bit off today. Is everything okay?" Her tone was soft and friendly, inviting him to share without pressure. To her surprise, Tom opened up about his challenges, specifically his recent divorce. He expressed sadness and isolation, sharing how it affected his mood and focus at work. Maya listened intently, offering him her full attention and validating his feelings without judgment. This simple act of empathy made a significant impact on Tom. He felt recognized and supported, which led him to become more engaged with his work in the following weeks. He eventually expressed his gratitude to Maya, saying that her kindness had made him feel seen and understood during a difficult time. Practical insight: to cultivate empathy in your interactions, focus on actively listening and observing the emotions of those around you. Work to ask open-ended questions, encouraging deeper conversation, such as, "How have you been feeling lately?" Or, "Is there anything on your mind that you'd like to talk about?" Reflect on what you hear by paraphrasing or summarizing their feelings. E.g., "It sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed." And remember to validate their feelings, even if you don't fully understand their situation. This approach will help strengthen your relationships and create a supportive environment for others. Chapter 4: The Compass Within. As the months unfolded, Maya found herself in a work environment that remained largely consistent, yet she underwent a profound transformation. In the past, she had been easily overwhelmed by challenges, responding with panic and self-blame whenever difficulties arose. However, she gradually shifted her perspective and equipped herself with new strategies. Rather than succumbing to fear, she approached conflicts with an open and curious mindset. This approach allowed her to view conflicts not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for learning and personal growth. This significant change in her approach improved her professional interactions, making her more effective in team collaborations and problem-solving, and enriching her personal relationships. Maya became more attuned to her friends' needs and feelings, leading to deeper, more meaningful connections. She experienced a genuine sense of peace for the first time in years. This tranquility did not arise from the absence of challenges in her life. Rather, it stemmed from the inner compass she had developed, a reliable guide that helped her navigate the complexities of daily life with confidence and resilience. Through her journey, Maya discovered that emotional intelligence is far more nuanced than simply being perceived as nice or maintaining a calm demeanor. It involves a commitment to being deeply honest with herself and others, allowing herself the space to feel a wide range of emotions without letting them dictate her actions. She learned to recognize her feelings as important signals that deserved her attention, engaging with them thoughtfully. This self-awareness empowered her to respond with intention, rather than being swept away by impulsive reactions, creating an environment where authentic communication could thrive. Her relationships became more authentic as she fostered an atmosphere in which both she and her friends felt truly seen, heard, and valued. Final note: emotional intelligence is not a destination, but a powerful, lifelong practice that requires ongoing effort and introspection. Begin your journey by developing self-awareness to clearly identify your emotions and triggers. Build on this foundation by advancing to self-regulation, where you learn to manage your reactions wisely. Expand your skills into empathy, enabling you to connect with the feelings of others on a deeper level. Ultimately, strive to flourish in your relationships by applying these competencies to form genuine and trusting connections. Like Maya, we all possess the remarkable ability to navigate the chaos of life with clarity and confidence, if only we choose to listen to the compass within us and trust its guidance.